Anna, will you marry me? And 2 months later, I'm bringing my sisters down there to work on wedding dresses, all the final details of the wedding. And
Hey, you got Josh and Anna and the chaperone.
Hey!
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, our chaperone's busy.
Hey, you're getting ready to get married.
I did know that.
I thought it'd be time to have a man-to-man talk with you.
Ah.
About the birds and the...
I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am. It's been a really busy few weeks. 2 more days until May 25th, which is when we find out the fate of Josh Duggar. Leading up to that, there's been a lot that we've been uncovering. I've done some videos. I did one on Friday that was like 30 minutes long, going into the PR campaign that Jim Bob Duggar put together with his PR person, Chad Gallagher, and I did some more postings on my Instagram, which, by the way, I still have not gotten my main account back yet, and I don't know if I ever will. Because I can't get in touch with anyone at Instagram, I'm just going to encourage everyone, if you have not yet, please follow my Instagram, Without a Crystal Ball 2. It's the second account, and I think even if I get that other account back, if and when, I don't know, I might just retire it. I don't know what to do at this point. I haven't been able to get access to it, and I need to keep posting on Instagram. So go ahead and follow me there. If you've been following me on the other account, just go over to this new account. It's Without a Crystal Ball 2. So I take weekends off, and I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram. So I'm going to be talking about a few different topics today, and if other outlets have covered it, I apologize for my lateness in this, but I don't work 7 days a week anymore. After a few years of doing nonstop videos on this channel, I had to put some guidelines in my life, and that meant weekends off, which means for me, like this weekend, eating really good Mexican food and playing games with my son. Okay, last week we talked about how Amy Duggar, who is Amy Duggar King, who was on 19 Kids and Counting, and who briefly was on Counting On with the family, is Jim Bob Duggar's niece and his sister's daughter. So Amy wrote this open letter to Anna about how she should have no shame in leaving Josh. There's a lot of people around Anna that are giving her really bad advice, and Anna is in a position where she doesn't believe that her husband is guilty. And so Amy wrote the letter on her Instagram, and then her letter was actually responded to by Anna's older sister. Amy wrote this: Anna, I feel for you. No woman wants to be in your shoes. You're faced with an impossible decision, and you're being surrounded by the wrong kind of support. You've been taught since you were a child that marriage is forever, and you prayed for God to send you a partner. You've constructed a life and a family with him, and you didn't choose any of this, and your kids certainly didn't either. I'm not coming after you with some sort of tough love thing. This is what's simply on my heart, and I can't help but not to express it. And then she continued by saying, if no one else in your life is saying it, I need you to understand that there is no shame in divorcing Josh. Someday your kids will be old enough to understand what kind of guy that their father really is. You can't protect them from the truth forever. I'm saying all of this publicly so that when they do grow up, they will also know that they had family members shouting from the rooftops that they were worth protecting all along. Your children look up to you so much. Please be the role model that they need in life. Dylan and I are more than willing to help you. Josh has chosen how history will remember him. By staying and supporting him, you're allowing him to choose that for you too. And I know standing up to all of this seems impossible now, but as a mama, your instinct to protect your kids always has to be stronger than your fear. The only people you would upset by leaving are the ones willing to sacrifice you and your children's safety to protect Josh and his secrets. So as I was going through some of the comments in there, I noticed a few things. I noticed that Kaylee Tull, who is Josh Duggar's ex-girlfriend, the one that he was betrothed to when everything was going on, and everything sort of fell apart when he told his parents, and then he told her parents about what was going on, and then their betrothal, their courtship was abruptly ended. And then her sister, Rebekah Hunt, said, "Thank you," with a heart. Rebekah Hunt, or Rebekah Ann Keller, is the second oldest of Michael and Suzette Keller's children. She, along with her siblings, all were homeschooled through the ATI and part of the Institute in Basic Life Principles. She actually got married to a guy named Joshua McDonald in 2004, but then she divorced him in 2015. She divorced him for discordive conflict of personalities between petitioner Rebekah and respondent Joshua that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship and prevails any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. And Rebekah was granted custody of their children, and he got every other weekend and Thursday nights. So she's been through a marriage that ended in divorce. She's also now remarried to a man named Kevin Hunt. She's married now to a guy named Kevin Hunt, who's actually pretty wealthy. If you've ever seen any of the photos of them flying on a private plane, I believe that's Rebekah's husband's plane. So Rebekah's been through marriage. She has two daughters from her former marriage. She has a daughter named Annabelle, who was born in 2005, and Alyssa, who was born in 2007. Rebekah has left this belief system and is now like fully engrossed in the real world, and she wears pants. She's very modern looking. She's actually gorgeous. And she has been around, obviously, Anna for a very long time. She's her older sister. She was a bridesmaid to Anna at her wedding to Josh. She was also Priscilla's bridesmaid when she married David Waller. Rebekah, being out of this system, is saying thank you, obviously meaning that she would love for her younger sister to leave Josh. I think if anyone in Anna's life that could potentially help her leave, it would be one of her siblings. And she has several that are actually no longer a part of the Institute in Basic Life Principles. She has her sister Rebekah, who's the oldest sister. She has a younger sister named Susanna, who is also not in the IBLP. If you recall, she was recently at her sister Susanna's wedding a couple years ago with Josh, and she was a bridesmaid in Susanna's wedding. And then she has a brother, Daniel, who is also not a part of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, who lives in Texas. So there's a lot of people around Anna that would probably love to help her get out and tell her that she does not have to leave, or that she doesn't have to stay in that situation. I was looking at Priscilla Waller's website yesterday, and I noticed that Priscilla and Anna were going through a lot of the programs in the Institute of Basic Life Principles when they were teens. And Priscilla did say that they grew up learning through the Institute in Basic Life Principles ATI Advanced Training Institute. So they were part of the homeschool community. They went through the ATI curriculum. Anna went to Journey of the Heart. She has spoken at the Commit Conference. She has been an active member of the IBLP for years. So for Anna, this is something that she has been ingrained in since she's been a child. And what she's been taught for years is that her husband is her ultimate authority. Nobody else holds authority over her than her husband. She cannot speak to anyone unless it's approved by her husband for counsel. And now, because she is entrenched in this world with the Duggars, I believe, in my opinion, finances play a critical role in the situation. I was actually reading on one of the local news pages. I believe it was on KNWA's Facebook page, and someone had mentioned that everyone around Josh is someone that he's given gifts to or paid off in a way, because I'm assuming he knew that this was all going to come out. So Josh has been someone that's lavished people with gifts and lavished them with help, knowing that philanthropicness would be working in his favor because it would allow him to look like he has a double life. But at this point, I can't believe under any circumstances that Anna is this ignorant to what's going on. Even if she wants to believe that Josh was set up, and even if she wants to ignore all the evidence in court, that's a choice at this point. It's a choice for her to ignore the evidence. It's a choice for her to not look critically outside of this. She has people in her life that are willing to help her, but unfortunately the Duggars are financially helping her. And in order to leave, she would leave that financial security, which would be challenging. I had spoken to a source before the trial that had said she wanted to divorce him after he was unfaithful to her. And the Duggars basically promised to take care of her and she wouldn't have to worry about anything. So knowing that her family, was lavished with gifts and money, and that's kind of where she's at today, Anna might be unwilling to see the truth because in her eyes, based on what she's been taught, men are never wrong. But it's clear that she has siblings that would like her to divorce her husband. Rebekah has not said anything publicly besides thank you, but assuming she's saying thank you to the message is clear. There are people in your life, Anna, that want you to leave Josh. You have support from people in your life that would help you leave Josh, would help you with the kids, that would provide resources and help for you to get out of this situation. And the refusal to help your kids and to help yourself could eventually end up being a downfall, not only for you, but for your children. At some point, the responsibility falls on the parent who is not the one involved in the criminal activity to take care of the children. And if you cannot protect your kids from him, that can become a liability as far as the court sees it. So I would keep extending those olive branches. Amy, Rebekah, Susanna, whoever is out there that is connected to her, keep extending those olive branches. You never know when the right time she hears that message will be. For now, Rebekah supports Anna divorcing Josh, and that's the first family member to go on record after his arrest that it's time for Anna to leave. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.